Can you float like a butterfly, sting like a bee? Could you have been a contender? Do you have the eye of the tiger? Or do you just want to punch 7 shades out of some muscle-bound monstrosity, whilst your trainer, Rocky the Italian Stallion Balboa, cheers you on from your corner? If the answer to all, or even some of those questions is yes, then boy, have I got the game for you. I'm Colin from the Nearly Men Video Games Podcast, and this is Creed, Rise to Glory. Creed Rise to Glory is a VR boxing game from Survios that puts you in the shoes of Adonis Creed, son of the legendary Apollo Creed.
Hey, you don't look so good. You know, you want to take a day off.
Sorry, Rock. Just thinking about what it took to get here.
Loosely based on the plot of the 2015 film of the same name, Creed sees you train and fight your way from humble beginnings to the very top. Using your motion controllers as gloves, you duck, bob, weave and punch your way through a series of grueling encounters, while the rousing Rocky theme plays in your ears.
What a shot! Creed really showing off his power with that blow.
The punches connect with ferocious intensity, and landing a flurry of punches before retreating safely behind your guard never fails to raise a smile. Also, there's a cool feature, a recovery mechanic. When knocked down, you have an out-of-body experience, which requires you to literally run back into the ring before the count ends. The more often you get knocked down, the further you have to run, until eventually it's just one knockdown too many.
Creed delivering an absolutely devastating blow to his opponent.
The training sessions are also great fun and give you a real workout, leaving your arms aching but desperate for more. The iconic Rocky theme plays as you race through a circuit of minigames. That's right, you are in an actual Rocky training montage, and that is awesome. There are 3 modes of play: career, free play and PvP. There's also a number of different training games to try out and really hone your skills. When it works, it really works. When it doesn't, it's not so great. The movement controls are pretty terrible, and the game insists on throwing up the same enormously intrusive tutorial screens even after 4 or 5 fights in a row, and there seems to be no way to switch them off. There's also no explanation of how to bring up an in-game menu to quick calibrate or even pause the game. You actually have to hold down the square button, but I actually only found that when my fellow Nearly Man, Paul, discovered it by accident.
It's fight time. Hell yeah.
The PvP is a lot of fun. The matchmaking is simple enough, and there's a small but fun range of characters to play. If you look now, you can see the aforementioned Paul give me a good old-fashioned ass whooping here. Keep your gloves up, folks. Keep them up.
Oh, come on! This is ridiculous. Oh, he's back up again. Come on.
Career mode, though, is definitely the main event. There's no denying the fun that is to be had battling your way up through the ranks, but essentially you are just doing the same thing over and over again. You train, then fight, then train, then fight, train. Well, you get the picture. Even the appearance of the main man, Rocky, or at least someone doing a somewhat passable impression of him, doesn't really distract from what is ultimately a pretty shallow experience. Career mode does start to build to an exciting climax as you face Ricky Conlon. This fight actually does mix up the gameplay a bit, before literally stopping dead after the final fight, when I was greeted with a dull text screen telling me I'd completed the game and to try the other modes. That was it. No cheering crowds, no belts, no glory, no bittersweet monologue from Counterfeit Stallone. Just a wall of text. Also, you have to bring up the menu to quit out of that too. Seriously, if Paul hadn't told me how to do that, I'd literally still be there now, stuck in the game, punch drunk and probably screaming. It's really bizarre. It's like they literally just stopped making the game and went, that's plenty. Bizarre oversights and the complete anticlimax of the ending aside, there is still a lot to enjoy. The fights are fun and challenging, and the feeling of battling out in the ring as Rocky Balboa shouts encouragement from your corner is certainly something to keep you fighting until the final bell. Creed Rise to Glory might not be the definitive Rocky game that fans have always wanted, but it just about wins it on points. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm late for training. I'll see you in the ring. I'm so sore. So sore.
In the blue corner, Adonis Hollywood Creed!
Hey, you don't look so good. You know, you want to take a day off.
Sorry, Rock. Just thinking about what it took to get here.
Good, one step at a time. One punch at a time. One round at a time. You trained for this. You're ready for this. You earned this.
Adonis Creed, son of one of the world's most box kings. Taking a champ.
It ain't how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to hit subscribe and check out the latest episode of the podcast from your usual podcast provider. And for everything else Nearly Men, head to thenearlymen.com.